welcome to Podro Pascal, a Pedro Pascal podcast. I'm your co-host, Rachel Leishman.
I'm your other co-host, Catrina Dennis.
And we're going rogue today because we don't have producer Ashley keeping us in check. But not really rogue because we're here with news.
For like at this point, Ashley is taking such good care of us that we are scared to let her down. So even though we say we'll be chaotic, we're still she's got us in line even when she's away.
Yeah, and we're keeping it short, sweet, to the point because all we're here to do is tell you guys what's going on with the podcast during the strikes, talk about the strikes a bit, kind of what we have planned, and then leaving. Before we do that, though, Catrina, how you been?
I've been all right. I started not one but two new jobs this week, so that was cool. One of them is at a really great agency. The other is writing for a very familiar website. I think you know them.
I don't know them at all.
No, not at all. So look out for future stories on the Mary Sue. I'm really excited for that. So, but yeah, outside of that, just vibing, getting ready to go to Star Trek Mission Las Vegas next week. So
yay,
that'll be fun, especially during the strike. I don't know what to expect. So yeah.
Oh, brother.
Mm-hmm. That's like the universal feeling right now.
Yeah. Because it's a crazy time to be in entertainment. Yeah, no. Guys, so as we saw, SAG kind of released their rules for scabbing when it comes to podcasters. And if you have a podcast that encourages people to rewatch struck productions or from struck companies, they're asking that you do not do episodes based on something that would like require someone to go watch a movie from Warner Brothers. I know it's murky water just because like I'm an entertainment journalist, so they told us like you're still doing reviews, you're still allowed to do all this stuff. We have a statement in any of our stuff that is from a struck company. We tend to put like that we stand with SAG-AFTRA and the WGA. But that is an industry that still has to kind of keep going in the midst of the strikes, where podcasts are directly having people go and watch the stuff in order to follow along. So I understand why it's kind of, they'd rather podcasts didn't. Since we don't ask people to watch it, but it is kind of encouraging to go and watch the thing we're talking about, we've decided to not do anything from struck companies, which I think means we might get to do, A24 has reached a deal with SAG-AFTRA, so we might get to do Drive Away Dolls. That is, though, just, dependent on the world at large. But basically what we're going to do is only come if there is news and have a new episode. We might finally do that Shakespeare episode I keep threatening and things like that, just because that's what we can talk about. Maybe we could do like a Dream Roles episode, just things that are not hinged on watching something and talking about that in the process. Catrina, do you want to talk a little bit about like the strikes as a whole and why they are of importance?
Yeah, absolutely. So, so both the WGA, the Writers Guild of America, and SAG-AFTRA, the Guild for Actors, are now on strike. I believe IATSE is real close to doing something or another, but basically, these companies are, I know, right? These companies these guilds are on strike, these unions are on strike because they have been forced to abide by pay structures and safety structures that have been in place since like 1965. Actors and writers as a whole and on the large are not getting paid a livable wage to do what they do. And it's really important to us to support these actors while they're on strike and these writers while they're on strike, because these are the people who make up the fiber of the entertainment that we provide. Like Pedro's a wonderful person and a great actor, but without writers, where would he be? And so we're both really passionate about this cause and being here to stand in solidarity with everyone who is on strike, especially because a lot of these companies are looking into like hiring an AI specialist and trying to replace actors with AI and just like generally pulling down the quality of entertainment and humanity as a whole. We just could not and won't cross the the picket line on these subjects. So definitely go out there and look up more information on both the WGA and SAG strikes and show your support however you can. There's an entertainment community fund that I'll ask Ashley to put a link to in the description of this video that you can donate to support the creatives who are currently on strike right now so that they can eat food and pay their rent and do things that are hard to do with these studios not coming to the table. So yeah, so that's kind of what it is and where we stand, and we're proud to support our colleagues in entertainment as they go through this strike.
Yeah, because like Catrina said, it is really scary because a lot of it boils down to, they want AI actors and they want to take a picture of an actor and use AI to make them background actors and everything and not pay them for it.
Mm-hmm.
With the influx of streaming, residuals have never been adjusted. And if you guys don't know what residuals are, it's like when you're on a network television show and they re-show the show, like they re-air the show years later, you get paid for all those re-airings. And someone like Kamiko Glenn, who was on Orange is the New Black, which was like the show that put Netflix on the map for their original programming, showed her paycheck. And for all of like the 80 some episodes of Orange is the New Black, her paycheck was like maybe $15, I think, or 20 or something like that. And it was like 80 episodes that people were watching. And so it's like the whole system is rigged to hurt those who are not, blockbuster actors and or writer directors, like just for example like Christopher Nolan, who has all this prestige and money behind him. So it's like everyone below the total, like down the totem pole of like people we instantly recognize are struggling, and because they're in Hollywood and they'll go to a premiere, people instantly think they have a bunch of money, which is not the case. And so we're seeing in real time all these people finally fighting back. And the funny thing is that studios think we're just gonna like wait them out, they're gonna need money at some point, but all of them have multiple jobs. I think like everyone who works either in or tangentially with the entertainment industry has multiple jobs, and studios don't think like that because they have their one job and then they go home.
Yeah,
but everyone else has like 5.
Yeah, I tweeted recently and I was like, because this is the thing, studios are hoping that eventually us as fans, as the audience, will side with them and say like, we do need new stuff, we want more content, we want this. And the hilarious thing about that is that when it comes to fandom, we can survive off of fanfic for years. Like,
I'm in the middle of rewatching reality TV. You cannot like, and there's so much out there. I'll just go catch up on things. Like I'm never gonna need something because there are shows that I was like, hey, you know what? I watched The Sopranos as a child. Let me rewatch that. You're not like, we're not going to suddenly be like we need new content. There's so much that you can go back to. And even so, if I want to rewatch these and not give them money, I'll go to a used bookstore and buy a box set and watch it on that and not on your streaming platforms. Exactly. So it's gonna, I feel like, be a long haul, but it'll be very well worth it in the end. Hopefully it's not that long, but until then, the episodes you will hear are going to be just about news or theater productions until IATSE does whatever they're gonna do, and then we'll really have to
we'll just start just playing charades on the show after that. But it's important, and I really, really hope that all of the folks listening to this, especially like our international listeners, just go out and really educate yourself on this, because we as fans are incredibly powerful these days, especially with social media. We have this extremely loud voice that we can say like, we don't care what you studios want. We are going to stand in solidarity with these real people who need to pay their rent so that we can enjoy our little Disney shows. So.
And obviously too, like, educate yourself, because I know there's a lot of misinformation out there about what you can and cannot do, what is and is not scabbing, because I know there are productions still in work in like England, because that's a different union, and they are not affected unless someone is in SAG, and then they can't do it. But I don't know how that works. I don't know if you should show your solidarity for that because their union, I guess, is better, or what the deal is. But like, research all of that before you kind of go online and get a soapbox. We are only speaking from what was listed for podcasts, and they simply said if you're a podcaster who does movies or television and people would be watching struck companies, don't do that. So we're just adjusting until for the time being. So make sure to read, see what applies to you. They're not asking for an all out ban currently. So they still want you going and seeing these movies. And I think talking about them because they want the studios to see that people really are excited about these things, and how because people are excited about these things, it's writers and actors and directors, they have a deal. So if you see a director promoting something, it's because they made a deal, so they still have to follow their contract. But it is like important to make sure it's like Barbie, and the excitement for Barbie wouldn't exist without Margot Robbie, Ryan Gosling, Harry Neff. Like, it wouldn't exist without the actors that are in it. We wouldn't be talking about America Ferrera's monologue if Noah Baumbach and Greta Gerwig did not write it and America Ferrera did not act in the way she did. We wouldn't be talking about Oppenheimer, how good Cillian Murphy's performance is, if it wasn't first written by Christopher Nolan and then acted by Cillian Murphy. Like, it's just important to note all of these things when we are still talking about them. But for podcasts, we are not encouraged. We're just following SAG, because what SAG says is what we should be doing.
Right. Sorry, Tony wanted to come get close to my food, so I had.
It's okay. There's a.
we
We can have cats. You know what? Well, that's what we'll do. It'll be a Tuxedo Kitty podcast. We will just simply be like, "Hey guys, welcome to Podro Pascal, a Pedro Pascal podcast, where now we show tuxedo kitties."
Yes, yeah. It's all three of our cats. We'll just do an all cat podcast where we just leave them on camera and go away. We just
see what happens.
See what happens.
I don't think Benji would leave the window. He'd be sitting here like, okay.
No, Tony would just leave. But yeah, this is an incredibly important cause to both of us and to the industry, and it could really change the scope for actors, for writers, for fans, for everyone who is involved in every step of the entertainment production process. And so making sure we are standing in solidarity with everyone who is on strike and supporting them to our best ability is very important.
Yeah, exactly. And yeah, well, that's just where we're going to be at for a while. Obviously, like we said, news, maybe we have some ideas for episodes we'll get in, but it's not going to be as structured as we had gotten. So just be aware of that. We still have your favorite segment of the week, but we are doing it with photo shoots and no struck pictures here. So stash, 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 stash. The stash on everybody's lips is gonna be Pedro's from the Broadway show, Chicago.
Yes.
Not
the movie.
The Broadway musical, Chicago. And then if that becomes struck, well, I won't be singing anymore.
we will make up our own song.
Just be clear. So yeah, I'll go first. Mine is the arm picture. Where it's just, he has a stash, but arm, where he is sleeveless in a truck, looking like a dude.
There's a double umlaut over the A in that word arm for this one.
I sound like a walrus.
Oh, I love it. And then there's my stash of the week. It's, oh man, this did not upload the way I wanted it to. Anyway, the high quality version of this image includes Pedro in this wonderful deep purple jacket, which we all know that's like his favorite color. What?
It's so blurry.
It's so grainy and blurry. He's on the phone, and this is we'll just pretend this is from 1992. I don't know. But in the high quality version, there's a wonderful stash, and I'm always a fan of how yellows and oranges and purples meshed together, and he also has like
In
some cool
the
boots
hood.
on. So whoop.
Hold on, I'm trying to fix this for you.
Thank you.
There
Thank
you
you. There we
go.
go. I don't know why that didn't upload right. I was looking at the anyway. Anyway, this photo includes not only a great shot of Pedro, but some really great set design. Remember, set designers? They're also part of the entertainment industry, and these strikes also affect them and their well-being. So, and I'm also a fan of that tile. It reminds me of my abuela's kitchen.
It's beautiful. It's beautiful.
Good, great tile, great tile.
Yeah. So, Katrina, tell the people where they can find you.
You can find me anywhere on the internet if you look for Oh Katrina. That includes Blue Sky and Threads and all these other new social platforms that I need to use more. I've been active on TikTok a lot lately under Oh Katrina. So if you're looking for some things to watch in the middle of the strike, you could go do that. That would be awesome. What about you, Rachel?
You find me on Twitter. You can find me on Threads, on Blue Sky, on Instagram, on TikTok, all of those. You can find my work at the Mary Soon Collider. And you can listen to us not talk about Struck Productions in the future here on Podro Pascal. So make sure you like, rate, review, subscribe, tweet at us. Tell us what you want to hear that is not a Struck company.
Yes.
Like, do you want us to like do a ranking of his outfit choices? Like, whatever you want, we'll do. But
like
we're not reviewing movies or TV.
Stash of the Week mega episode.
Yeah, just a bunch of stashes. But yeah, so until next time, bye bye.
Bye bye.